Hey there, business owner. Welcome to the Entrepreneur Evolution Podcast. This is our weekly episode, and I'm so happy you are here. Let's get started. Hi there, business owner. I'm so happy you are here. How are you? How is your week going? How is everything in your world? I'm excited for you to listen to today's interview. It's with Kathleen Bands. She is the owner of My Cleaning Services. And this is a great share, especially for those entrepreneurs out there that are in or have been in family businesses that have gone through the generational shift in ownership. My Cleaning Services is a 50-year-old company and most recently went through the major transition in ownership to Kathleen. So take a listen here. You're going to learn a lot, and she's going to share a lot as we all grow together and evolve. Hi, Kathleen. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. Thanks, Annette. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so happy to be here with you. I adore you.
Thank you.
And I'm so excited for everyone to hear your story, how things are going for you right now. Your company, My Cleaning Services, is a 45-year-old company.
50.
And
You just turned 50.
You just turned 50. You need to
Yeah.
update that website, girl.
I know. We're actually going to relaunch a brand new website in September.
Oh, wow. That's exciting. Mm-hmm. That's a big undertaking for sure. That's exciting. So, okay, 50 years.
Yes.
Business serving clients. That is amazing. Okay. I can't wait to hear more about it. And all of these accolades, all of these awards, amazing awards, and WBE, MBE, you name it, you all really have it. So congratulations on your success and your most recent success. You had a big recognition by the Baltimore Business Journal, right?
Yes, absolutely. They did a wonderful feature of my cleaning service and myself and my family. So it was really wonderful. And I also, humble brag over here, I was just named the Daily Records VIP list, so Successful by 40. So it's really neat to have people appreciating and recognizing the hard work that we're putting in.
Absolutely. And it's really great to take a moment to pause and say, okay, this is fun and we're doing it and let's celebrate it, right?
Absolutely.
So catch me up to speed, catch our audience up to speed. We have a lot of entrepreneurs out there that are right alongside you in the thick of things in this season of COVID as we speak, and surviving and thriving, and are really excited to learn from you and hear from you as you share your business. So thank you so much for that. So give us the quick backdrop about the company, and then we'll kind of go into how your sleepless nights are going, or maybe you're sleeping.
My team has a lot of sleepless nights right now, I can tell you that. Okay, so we are a commercial cleaning company, contract janitorial services, post-construction cleaning, and COVID-19 disinfection. And there's multiple different layers of disinfection that we have as a service offering, so I can walk you through those as well. We are a Baltimore-based company, like we said, 50 years in business, which is amazing. And I am third generation. I just purchased the company from my parents actually on our 50th anniversary. So it's very exciting. Yeah.
I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. And to see you go through that journey personally, and really just you are such a strong leader. You really just have it naturally. And I am so happy that you are fully there in the spot and through a lot of that transition, which I'm sure a lot of people out there have gone through with family businesses and generational shifts in the business.
And I appreciate you saying that. I'm, Baltimore born and raised, but I can't tell you, my high school and my college experience really helped bring that leadership quality out in myself. And I really do appreciate all of those experiences. Not only that, but then of course, that's the foundation that then, allows me to build on it every day. And that is a huge piece of what I focus on, is just making sure that I'm doing the best I can for my team so that they can do the best in their roles.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so what does life look like? Well, do you want to rewind to February, March? How were things then? How did you feel? Do you remember any kind of defining moment?
Absolutely. So we have already been on sort of a growth track at the companies, and we've been doing a lot of different things to prepare for growth. We completely went cloud-based at the end of last year, so that any of our managers in the field could access the information that they need, process employees, and get people right to work. And similarly, I travel all the time, so we put in all of this IT infrastructure already, and then when everyone shut their offices down, including us, everyone started to work from home that was in our office. Our field team, of course, has been working the whole time. But it was great because we really didn't miss a beat. We just changed our staff meetings to become virtual, and everything was available online. So it really wasn't that difficult of a transition. And, of course, since our team's been working day and night to keep everyone safe, it's been very stressful, but it's a whirlwind. I mean, I can't even believe this year's almost over already.
Isn't it hard to believe it's August?
Yes. Definitely.
So what type of busy are you experiencing right now with all of this uncertainty, all of the differences and variances in companies and corporate world, what they're open to, what they're open for? How does it look? How do you manage that?
So originally, when everyone shut their offices down, it became, we wanted to keep our crews working, let's put it that way, right? So we did project work, we did high glass cleaning, we did carpet cleaning, all those kind of small things that you just do naturally throughout the year. We took advantage of the fact that no one was in the space, so we could get to, different pieces of the building. And then, people continued to stay working from home, so that our janitorial side slowed down a little while during kind of, I would say, the end of April and beginning of May, and even into June. So our post-construction crews are mobile teams. They deploy through vehicles from our office every day to different sites. So it was really easy to transition them into mobile disinfection crews. And we began getting calls from all kinds of different companies that we had never worked with before. So it wasn't just property management now or construction companies. It was retailers and restaurants, anything you can imagine, libraries, hotels, whatever, that needed disinfection services pretty quickly. And we found that we were able to get people back up into operation within 24 hours.
Wow.
So we took that and wrapped that into our normal basic service now for janitorial. And we took that time to really work with our clients and make sure that they had re-entry plans that were tailored exactly to their facilities and their needs. And then what we also did was layer in a positive response plan. So if there's a positive case, at any one of their sites, they already have the pricing, they already have everything, they've agreed to it when it's not happening, so that in the moment, all they have to do is set the wheels into motion and things just happen. They email our team or give us a call. We deploy, the team, the disinfection crew, and then they're ready to open back up. And it's actually very seamless. So it's helped a lot of people have more ease and comfort in the fact that they are able to come back into the workplace and they will be protected. The other thing also with our basic service that we created was a site sanitizer. So this person goes around all day long. Their only responsibility is disinfecting high touch surfaces, from door handles to elevator buttons to, restroom fixtures, all that type of thing. So
I think that is so smart. Going back to you basically giving your clients and new clients and potential clients that safety net, that security, and saying, we have you, we're here for you, so that if and when something happens, you don't have to worry about that lull time of back and forth paperwork, or you from a cash flow perspective and a payment standpoint and a paperwork and qualifying them as clients don't have to lose that time. That is so smart that you automated that process, created the process, right?
Absolutely.
And then automated the process, and now it is part of your business strategy and part of your sales model. That is so smart.
Right. And in that way, we wanted to equip our clients with the tools that they could have all of this menu of different services. So they could, if they want to, they can have a full disinfection every month or every week, or they can have a site sanitizer. There's so many different levels of this that you can add into your operation if you want to, that helps them reassure their tenants in the buildings that they're safe. Right.
So how did you do that internally? Was that on your virtual meetings every week with your team, creatively brainstorming what to do or how to react? How did that look like real live time?
It was a lot of Microsoft Teams, I would say that. Because everyone was working from home, I'm sure that you were familiar with that too, that you could jump out of one meeting and jump right into another meeting, almost losing no time.
Right.
So we did utilize Teams quite a bit just because it's so easy to just jump into a screen sharing mode or something like that. And I spent a lot of my time working with our clients directly over Teams or Zoom as well. So we listened to what they needed and what they were concerned about for re-entry. And then I took it back to each piece of my team to develop those plans. So HR was responsible for making sure that we take temperatures before anyone gets into a vehicle. Making sure that people have disclosures before they come back to work to make sure that they weren't exposed or that they agree to wear a mask, those types of things. We just developed a 14-page safety manual only dedicated to COVID that's completely separate from our normal safety manual. My marketing coordinator has been incredible throughout this, just making sure that we're communicating to our clients and to the greater community that every time a different stage was in effect, here are the different things that we could do for people. So, those types of things. And obviously our operations team has been working nonstop to make sure that everybody's trained. So they were in the field the whole time. But to answer your question, I was actually able to dedicate so much of my time to directly working one-on-one with each team member that we were able to really process this quickly. Usually I'm out at networking events and I have other commitments and things. I'm on boards that take my time away from our internal team. And it was great that they were able to meet with me for an hour, 2 hours, whatever it is, undivided attention every single week. And we were just able to power through everything that we needed to get done, basically. And so that's something that I've learned from the shutdown process, I guess, if you will, the work from home period, that I brought back into our normal operating daily life, right? So now that I'm out and about, I'm also dedicating a certain amount of time to have direct one-on-one meetings with each one of my staff members.
So good. It just so much there, so much valuable information. I want to go back to when you really listened to your clients and you took that time to really hear their concerns, see what questions they were asking, and really listen, because so many times as entrepreneurs, it's like we bake the cake behind the scenes and we're in the kitchen and we're just baking this cake. And then we hope that somebody just shows up and eats it. Right. And when you do that, when you do survey and listen and carve out that time, it actually is what turned Harley Davidson around, is when they started to do that. It's a really great story to Google. And that's what really turned them around from bankruptcy, like a second away from bankruptcy, when they really started to listen and not just create behind the scenes, like as a mad scientist thinking what we think they need, but really saying, wow, this is what they need and what they want. And that's beyond important. And not only that, you really spoke to the efficiency of working remote. And you and I, we really, I think, have been more tech familiar throughout our career. As we started our career, technology was a part of it automatically. And I think that learning curve for a lot of people, not from the technical standpoint, but almost from the socialization standpoint, was a little bit greater for some. But now that we're on the other side of this, it's like, wow, it's one of the wonderful positive things that has come out of it is there are different ways to meet and have efficient, productive times together. And technology can help us do that, right?
Exactly. Yep. 100% on that. And it's really amazing because somebody asked me early on, well, how are you going to continue operating if you close your office? And I said, I can't believe that you would even ask me that question because we are seamlessly ready to go. We were already there. We were already trained on all the different software that we needed and everything. So my team, regardless of age or anything else, technology or not, right? Like
Right.
everyone just knew how to do that. So
Right.
it really did transition well. You're absolutely right that was a very positive piece that
It's
came out.
awesome. It's really awesome. So a lot of generational businesses are out there, family-owned businesses, and a lot of businesses I see specifically in my space on the lumber side of things that they don't necessarily have a transition plan or that next family member to go to. So what would you, as you just literally and successfully went through that, really probably some hard, real conversations at times with loved ones, I would imagine. What would be your advice or your perspective for anybody that is going through a generational shift in their business?
Well, and I can tell you this piece of advice from not only the experience, but we have an industry association of all janitorial companies across the country that we get together 3 times a year for different conferences. And someone sought me out early on when I first started going to those. And he came out to me and he said, Kathleen, I don't even know you, but I do know that you're in a family business. And what I want to tell you is be patient. It is a long road. So, and he's absolutely right. And that stuck with me. Almost every time we had a difficult, challenging conversation, we didn't see eye to eye, or, the whole process is not a straight line. When I thought it was done, it still wasn't. Over and over and over
Mm-hmm.
again, right? So remembering that family comes first and understanding that, different perspectives, it just makes it a little bit more scary, I guess, to go through the process if you're on my side of it, taking on such a big responsibility, or on the other side of it with my parents offloading that responsibility and entrusting me with it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just, sensitivities all the way around, and you have to realize that it's not something that just happens overnight, but if you have the will, you will get there.
So good. So good. So I guess to put it in perspective, that being patient. So what you think might take a 3-month type of timeline could take a couple of years, right? To work through. And that's
Absolutely.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. So as a CEO and working and traveling and keeping your team going, how do you stay healthy?
I think that staying healthy is one of just the main priorities because I don't really have time to get sick. I don't have that like downtime available. So
Right.
I do make sure that I'm very careful to get enough sleep, drink a lot of water, eat very healthy.
Mhm.
I work out most days of the week, that type of thing. But also, I believe in hand washing is one of the biggest ways to combat the transmission of the virus or any sort of germs, to be honest with you. So that's a big piece of it. When I first started traveling quite often, I used to be made fun of or teased a little bit because I wipe down everything on an airplane. Everyone knows it. Everyone thinks it's hysterically funny that I offer wipes around to my whole section if they want them. And now they come around with a little trash baggie when you load the plane because everyone has wipes, right? So
Right.
I already did that because as an industry, right, we know where the germs are.
Right.
Yeah. But I think that those types of things, no matter how uncool you might seem doing it, it's important. So
Well, it's a joke with my husband as well because he always carries a book bag when he travels, and where you're supposed to put the water bottle, he always has a thing of Clorox and the Clorox wipes, and it's great because he does the same thing. So you both have been blazing the trail for years because you know better, which is important. So, so what should business owners really be thinking about from a safety standpoint as it relates to cleaning their office? And, what's something that they probably aren't thinking about that they should?
Well, obviously disinfection is extremely important. And frequent disinfection, I guess, is really the key. So even if you're not paying for a professional cleaning service, maybe your office is way too small, making sure that somebody has disinfecting wipes or some sort of spray, and they're careful, obviously using gloves and that type of thing when they're applying it. But frequently wiping off of the high touch surfaces is extremely important. I think that's something that we've talked a lot about to a bunch of different folks in the community recently, is just understanding what it means to hire a professional cleaning service. There's a lot of new companies out there today that are trying to jump on the market share, and their names are excellent for marketing. It's micro sanitizing, disinfecting, that type of thing, which is great, but make sure you trust them. If you do have a positive case, make sure that you understand what their process is, ask them what type of disinfectant they use, and then check out their qualifications. Make sure that they actually have standard operating procedures and the training in place.
Right. Absolutely. And that was a conversation that you and I had midway through all of this was, oftentimes they aren't using the quality product or the right product to really do the job. And that's a really important question to ask, right?
Exactly.
I hear Gigi in the background. She's adorable. Kathleen has the cutest doggy in the world. You have to look her up on Instagram to see some of her pictures, because doesn't Gigi have her own page?
No.
Oh, I thought, okay.
The reason why she doesn't is because I don't want people thinking that I spend my time creating an Instagram for my dog.
She's that cute though.
She is that cute. And the girls in my apartment building were like, we'll do it for you. It's okay. So one day she may have her own, but at the moment she's trying to be babysat.
Oh, well, she's just the most precious thing. I love seeing her. Oh, well, this is amazing. Leave us with, you gave us some good business tips. How about any resources? Where do you go for your resources and to continue learning and to continue growing? Are you books? Are you podcasts? Are you just industry research?
A few different things. Okay. So absolutely. I swear by business books. I love them. I crush them on Audible all the time. Either I'm traveling or driving or whatever. It's great. And then, right in the Audible app, you can make notes and everything else. So it's pretty great from that aspect. I also just really love to learn. So I've done a bunch of different conferences, especially this year. The WPO was virtual. The Crew Network Leadership Summit was also virtual.
Yes.
So those types of things are great resources. I'm not so much a podcast person, but there is a lot of great obviously resources similar to this that are out there that people can learn from. And then honestly, joining these associations, I can't tell you how valuable that's been throughout this whole process. That my industry association does a town hall meeting every single week, especially at the beginning. And it's just great as a professional cleaning companies across the country that come together to discuss what are we seeing out there in the field? Do we think these types of equipment are worthwhile? Are they interesting? Or, what can we talk to our clients about? How can we help message this whole value of hope that we are going to be able to safely re-enter the workplace? Things like that I think that really reignited my passion for the industry, just to hear everybody else who's going through the exact same thing that we are, right? The camaraderie there is huge. So.
And it's amazing when you can have a community and feel surrounded and feel lifted, and Crew and WPO and your industry groups like that are just so important. And sometimes they're investments to make that can be challenging at times, but really the value that you gain and the growth that you gain out of them is invaluable. So that's a wonderful share. So back to the business book, and then we'll wrap this up, because I know you have a town hall meeting after this. So any good business books? You're a business book Audible junkie. I love it. So any good ones?
The one that most recently I think that was really valuable is called the Oz Principle. It's
Okay.
all about accountability, and there is a workshop that you can do with it. So I read it and then gave it to my HR manager. She read it and did a presentation every week in our virtual staff meetings, which was great because then she could do the training right there on the screen. Everyone would do the exercise and then continue on. And the point that we were trying to drive home for our team was, if I don't do my job and I don't fulfill my responsibilities, 300 other people's livelihoods are on the line. And likewise, if somebody's cleaning an office and they're not wearing their mask or not following the proper procedures to clean, we could lose that contract and that could affect me and my life. So we really try hard to make sure that everyone in the organization really is taking the responsibility and owning their role. And that was actually, it was an extremely great book. And I would say that was a huge piece of why we all were able to pick up and run.
That's great. I haven't read that one. So the Oz Principle, I'll have to check that out. That's great. Well, there are so many sparkly, clean gold nuggets here for people just to learn from you and grow with you on this journey of entrepreneurship. I simply, as I said before, adore you. You are doing such an amazing job. And I cannot wait, honestly, to see what the next a couple decades ahead have and hold for you and what you will make happen. You are a phenomenal leader. To lead 300 people through something like we just went through and we continue to go through is no easy feat. So make sure you pat yourself on the back. Virtual high five from me, as always.
Thanks.
And I'm just so grateful. I'll leave all the detail about where to find you and where to follow you. Is there anything specific you want to ask or put out to the universe right now before we wrap up?
I just think I want everyone to realize that cleaning is valuable, right? And I think that something that I heard recently really resonated with me, that this whole experience of COVID has done to the cleaning industry what 9/11 did to the security industry. And to me, I don't want to walk through an airport that doesn't have all of those security measures in place, that I wouldn't feel comfortable getting on a plane if we went backwards and relaxed on security. And I think it's the same thing moving forward. I hope that everyone realizes that the value of cleaning and keeping people healthy is so extraordinary that I hope it just continues.
So good. So good. So good. Well, keep on evolving. I am beyond proud of you, and I'm so grateful for your time today. Thank you so much, Kathleen.
So much. I really enjoyed this.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Wow. What an episode. Did you learn something new? I hope so. I am so happy you were able to be here with us today. I'd love to hear from you. Leave me a review and I will be sure to read it and respond to you. Also, if you'd like to email me, my email address is yourock@ievolveconsulting.com. Hit subscribe, and every Tuesday you'll get notification when the next episode drops. We really have some amazing interviews and tips in the future. Anything you need, I'm here for you. I want you to keep your momentum. I want to help you stay accountable. I want